Hi students, welcome back to our channel Make Math Easy. So in the last video we discussed a few important models from quadratic equations, that to word problems, right? And also in the last video I just gave you little bit explanation about how to choose the consecutive number based questions and how to deal with the train based questions. Train based in the sense which are depends on speed, distance and time, right? Now in today's class we will see some more important models, and let us see how to solve these models and how to interpret the question and how to form the mathematical statements, equations from the word problems. Let us discuss this today in today's video. Okay, so let's get started. See this question: a speed of a boat in still water is 11 km per hour. See here, this is the still water, indicating that water is it is not moving, it's a constant state. Is 11 km per hour and it can go to 12 km upstream and return to the downstream to original point in 2 hours 45 minutes. So see, the reason for me to underline or mark these things is this is the crucial information from the question, from which we have to start thinking, and then we will arrive at the answer in a correct way. That is the reason why I underlined or I marked these points. And also in examination you should be able to focus on these things, where you will get a correct information and the correct understanding of the question that will lead you to get the correct answer, right? Now see here, it's a simple thing. A boat, when it is moving, it may be an upstream or the downstream, indicating that you are going upwards or you are coming towards the downside. See, just imagine yourself when you are driving a car or a bike. When you are climbing the road is slanting towards the higher side, you have to increase your speed, and when you are coming down you can reduce your speed and you don't need to apply any acceleration part at all. So what will happen when you are going towards the upside, when the slope is high, obviously you should increase your speed. When you are coming down, you no need to increase your speed, instead you can decrease your speed. So understand this part. They are asking for the speed of the stream, that means speed of the water that they are asking for. So let us take whatever you have to find out, that has to be taken as a variable. So let us take speed of the stream as an x km per hour. So why I am taking kilometer per hour? Because it is given as a kilometer per hour. Simple as that. Now see here, when you are going towards the upstream, you have to apply the boat speed as well as the water speed. So as I told you just now, that speed in upstream. So as I told you, speed in upstream, that means when you are climbing up you have to increase your speed, and they said the boat is moving with the 11 km per hour. That means the total speed in upstream will become 11 plus x km per hour. Why? Because water speed is x km per hour, boat speed is 11 km per hour. In the upstream, the both speed has to get added, then only you can be easily climb that upper part. Similarly, when it comes to speed in the downstream, as I told you, when you are coming downward towards the downside, you no need to apply any speed. That means your speed can be decreased. The decrease of speed can be shown as an 11 minus x km per hour. Now, it can go 12 km upstream and return downstream to the original point in 2 hours 45 minutes. So you can see here, till now we spoke about speed and the distance they had given and time also they had given. So that means indirectly we have to go for speed is equal to distance by time relation. This is the only thing that we have to use. Okay. So I told you before itself that you can use any sort of relation, but my personal suggestion is better try to get always the value of t is equal to d by s, and try to use this relation in case of speed or boat or train based sums, so that it will be easy for you to get the answer. Now see here, the total distance that they are traveling is a 12 kilometer. So distance, time taken during the upstream. So time is equal to distance by speed. Time distance is 12 kilometer. Speed is 11 plus x kilometer in the upstream. That's why time taken during the upstream is 12 by 11 plus x. And obviously the time taken during the downstream will be the same formulation, distance divided by speed 11 minus x. Okay, so 12 by 11 minus x. Now the question comes here is, they said the distance it can go 12 km upstream and return downstream to original point in 2 hours 45 minutes. That means going and coming down together. This together to the original point, that means it is giving a hint that 12 by 11 plus x, 12 by 11 minus x is equal to 2 hours 45 minutes, that I will write as a 2 3 by 4. So you can understand here, in between the question comes here is, do we have to place a positive sign or a minus? It's a plus or minus in between these two. It's a simple thing, you are taking upstream and downstream together. That means both has to be added. So that's why 12 by 11 plus x plus 12 by 11 minus x is equal to 2 3 by 4. Now the another question comes here is, how it is 2 3 by 4? Simple thing, here everything is mentioned is in terms of hours. So that's why I converted this minutes also into hours. So 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes and 45 minutes will be 3/4 of hour, right? So that's why 2 3 by 4 you are getting here. Now simplify this. Denominator will become 11 plus x into 11 minus x. This is 12 into 11 minus x. 12 into 11 plus x is equal to this. If you simplify, you will be getting 11 by 4. Now do the further simplification here to arrive at the answer. In the numerator, see, in this type of questions, the basic instruction that I can give you is, don't go for immediate multiplications. Try to look for, is there anything can be taken common, and is there any scope for further simplification by taking common and all, so that your calculation part will become simple. So if you pull out the 12 as a common here, you will be getting 11 plus x plus 11 minus x whole divided by, in the denominator you can use a plus b into a minus b. So a square minus b square. 11 square is 121 minus x square. So now you can cancel out x and x here. So this is 12 into 22 divided by 121 minus x square is equal to 11 by 4. So 11 here for 2 times. So if you do the cross multiplication, 12 into 8, 196 is equal to 121 minus x square. That means x square is equal to 196 minus 96, because 12 into 8 is 96. So you are getting x square is equal to 121 minus 96. So that means x square is equal to 25. You will be getting x is equal to plus or minus 5. But we know that x is representing speed of the stream. So speed cannot be negative. That's why speed of stream is equal to positive 5 units is kilometer per hour. Please make a habit of writing the units also. That is also very important thing. Okay. So this is how you have to do the simplification part. See, maybe the explanation is taking the time, but once if you get this type of logics correctly, and if you are able to frame the mathematical equations correctly, you will get answer in within 3 or 4 minutes maximum. Okay, right. Now let us see another question. let me write the question first. A two-digit number is such that the product of its digits is 18. See the continuation of the question. When 63 is subtracted from the number the digits interchange their place. The digits interchange their place. They are asking for find the number. Let us try to understand this question first. See, if you spend some time on understanding the question, that will give you scope of how to proceed first of all. Okay. Now see this one, a two-digit number. That is the first point that you have to notice. They are talking about a two-digit number. So it's a two-digit number. So let the number be. You can take any two-digit number. Let us say it as an XY. Okay. You can take A, B, P, Q, whatever you want. You can take. Is such that product of its digits. If you see here, this is the tens digit, this is the ones digit, right? Product is equal to 18. That means x into y is equal to 18. When 63 is subtracted from the number, that means xy minus 63. When 63 is subtracted from the number, the digits interchange their place. That means these are the digits actually, this is getting interchanged. So that means they swap their positions. That means x has to be replaced with y, y has to be replaced with x. Find the number. See, this is the only thing that we got interpreted from the question. There is no any another clue, but how we will simplify this. Now just try to understand one thing. This is a product here, right? And it is a two variable. First thing, this is the only one equation available for us to simplify to get the answer. But remember, when you have a two variables in the question, you need at least two equations to simplify this. How we are getting the two equations, that is the question mark. Let us simplify this further, as this xy is nothing but this is the ones and this is the tens place. That means the same xy can be written as 10x plus y. Is it correct? So this xy I will replace with 10x plus y minus 63 is equal to yx. That means 10y plus x. So simplify it further by bringing the terms to other side. 10x minus x plus y minus 10y is equal to 63. So this is 9x minus 9y is equal to 63. Take 9 as a common. X minus y 63. X minus y is equal to, if you send the 9 to the other side, 63 by 9, that is equal to 7. Okay. Till here we got. Now what is the next step? If you see here in the question, they had given one information, that is nothing but product of the digits. That means x into y is equal to 18 they have. So that means from here y is equal to 18 by x. Let us substitute here. X minus 18 by x is equal to 7. So if you take LCM, this is x here, this is x square minus 18 is equal to 7. If you do the further simplification, we will be getting x square minus 18 is equal to 7x. X square minus 7x minus 18 is equal to 0. So you can do the further factorization here. X square minus 9x plus 2x minus 18 equal to 0. X into x minus 9 plus 2 into x minus 9 is equal to 0. Finally we are getting x minus 9, x plus 2 is equal to 0. That means x is equal to 9 or minus 2. Right? So now which one we have to eliminate? Straight away I cannot eliminate the negative value. I should have some valid reason to eliminate the negative value, right? So this negative value, if I have to eliminate, what is the valid reason that I have? You can see here, this is an xy. This is representing the units position, tens position, right? The tens position here, how can I replace with the minus 2? And if I swap the positions here, how I will place the minus 2 in the units place? 2, as we don't have any answer for that thing, we are eliminating minus 2. Now the question is, x is equal to 9. What is the value of y? We have a relation here, y is equal to 18 by x. Substitute that, y is equal to 18 by 9, that is equal to 2. But see, the question is, find the number. The number that we had taken here is xy. So therefore, the number is equal to xy. That means x is 9, y is 2. So the number is 92. In the examination, if you have a time, you can cross check your answer that whatever you got is correct or not. See what they said. First condition, 2 digit number said that product of digits is 18. 9 into 2 is 18. So first condition satisfied. When 63 subtracted from the number, that means from 92, if I subtract 63, the digits interchange their place. That means 92, if I interchange the positions, 29 you will get. So 92 minus 63, you will be getting 29. So this condition is also satisfied. So that means whatever answer you got here is correct. So if the same question is in the competitive exam, means you don't need to do this much procedure. From the options itself, you can cross check whether you are getting in the correct answer or not. Like just I will give a simple example here. The same questions, options may be like this. Option A 92, option B 63, option C 36, option D 29. Because a 2-digit number says that product of digits is 18. All these digits, if you take the product, you will get 18 only. So you may get it out why we are checking all the conditions, because the answer that you are going to set has to satisfy all the conditions that they are given in the question. So first condition is satisfied by all the three, right? Next thing, when 63 is subtracted from the number, digits interchange their place. From 63, if I subtract 63, I will get a 0. So this is not satisfying. 36 is less than 63. If I subtract, I will get a negative number. So that is also eliminated. 29 is less than 63. Again, if I subtract, I will get a negative number. See, this you have to learn. Eliminating the options is very important thing in the competitive examination. It's not about whether you are getting the correct answer or not, whether are you able to eliminate the wrong option from the given options or not, is the very key point for getting success in the competitive examinations, right? So in the next class, we will see some more interesting problems from the quadratic equations, and then we will try to end up the topic quadratic equations. Thank you guys.